It's 5:31, so I'll officially call the hearing to order. So again, this is a public hearing regarding the proposed financial assistance to Bartell Machinery by the Oneida County Industrial Development Agency for their expansion. We have a formal notice of public hearing. I can read the whole thing if you want. Otherwise, we could, if everyone's in agreement to waive the reading, then we'll open it to any comments for or against the project. If you have any questions, yeah, we're happy to answer. So. And we will,
Yeah, we've both been, Bob's planning, I'm supervisor here, we've both been to all the meetings I've been.
Yeah.
Obviously Bob's been,
Yeah.
and you know, so we know pretty much what's going on. And I live basically next door, so I watch what they're doing through the trees in my neighbor's yards.
there you go. So just so you know the scope of the project itself, the proposed benefit from the IDA would be an exemption on sales tax on the materials purchased for the construction and furniture fixtures that go on inside it. And then the property tax abatement doesn't affect the current taxes being paid, but it abates the property taxes on the added assessment. So I think the current amount being paid each year is 96,400. So that stays as is, and then it's projected to add another like $8,000 in the 7,400 in the first 5 years, and then that escalates beyond that. So and it also does not affect the fire district or anything like that. So it's just on county and school district taxes. So so that's the nature of the proposed benefit, and also mortgage recording tax. That's, I should know that off the top of my
No.
head, but no, that was
That's
not
part of it.
Okay,
It's not
great.
included.
Good evening. I'm Tim Fitzgerald. I'm with the IDA.
The reception,
What's the first name?
Dennis.
Great. Just write down your name so we have attendance
Okay.
for later. But
Darn.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've had the good fortune of interacting with Pat, Jeff, and a handful of other folks from
Yeah.
the team over the
Yeah.
last 10 years or so.
Okay.
And just big fan of what Bartell does. So another opportunity to help you guys grow and keep doing what you do well. So happy to do that.
Definitely looking forward to it. You know, it's just a testament to all the people that have worked that hard over the past 20 years since the last expansion, you know,
Yeah.
and then obviously even before that, establishing the reputation, building the machines, shipping them globally, and maintaining that,
Mhm.
you know, that good customer relations with our organization. And there's a lot of competitors out there. China,
Mhm.
they just copy everything.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah,
their R&D costs are so low
yeah.
in China because they can just take a machine that we make.
They're
We spend all the money on
Yeah.
R&Ding it, coming up with the technologies. You can put any, you know, copyright patent in place. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter once
No,
it
they
goes
don't,
over
they don't
there.
care about IP.
They don't care. They just copy it. And it's theirs, and they make it, you know, for $200,000 versus 600,000 that we would cost. You know, that's what we're running into. It's tough.
Yeah.
Those types of machinery and that kind of competition.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, we are one of the only people that can make the oil and gas machines. You know, there were a couple other competitors out there like Brass Tech and a few others, but they went under.
Okay.
You know, so there's very, very few that can manufacture what we make. Which is the beauty of it being diversified.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, your oil and gas, tires, and then
Wire and cable.
comms, yeah.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to break ground. Get it started.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a
Sure.
date yet, or is that still contingent on?
We're hoping Monday.
signatures?
Yeah, get signatures and hopefully by Monday.
Yeah, that's great.
How many more do you plan to employ? This is
22 is the projected employment number you have to add. We've probably, since we started, we probably already have 10 that we've hired. We're always looking for more machinists, mechanical assemblers, not to mention all the temporary jobs, like all the contractors that we're gonna be employing for the next 8 to 10 months, and yeah. It'll be exciting. It'll be super busy.
So as far as like, when you're recruiting and hiring, you're looking, do you do much recruitment right out of college or out of high school for that matter?
Mhm.
Yeah. All of
We
it.
have BOCES kids come through. We have high schools come through from the local area. Our human resources people, they go out to like the job fairs, career fairs, the various colleges. You know, they go to Delhi. They go to Jefferson County Community College, MVCC, SUNY Poly, a few other places locally. Yeah,
At the BOCES levels in
in BOCES.
Madison, Oneida, or
Yeah.
you do OHM or do you? any
Oh,
of the
yeah,
other
a
ones?
lot of times OHM BOCES comes in. Yeah. So we'll do tours. We actually had some high school interns in the electric shop for electrical assembly,
Okay.
and one's gonna actually start
That's
in July.
that's beautiful.
Yep,
Love
by
that.
having one of them, he didn't want to go, he didn't know what he wanted to do, didn't know if he wanted to go to college or not, but he's in the BOCES program for electrical, industrial electricity. Didn't know if he wanted to go to the union or whatever. And we said, well, you have a job here, because I guess he's good, you know, according to the electrical supervisor. He's a pretty good guy, so he turns 18, so we won't bring him on until they're 18.
Mm.
I can bring somebody on before that, but there's a lot of regulation
Mhm.
where I have to follow from an OSHA standpoint, so he couldn't like operate certain equipment, right? We can't have him operate a crane or a fork truck or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that, like hazardous
Mhm.
stuff until they're 18 legally. You know, so typically we'll wait until they're 18. We can bring them on at like 17, but then they're not gonna operate a crane anyway or a hoist right off the get-go. They get set up with a mentor and they mentor for like 60 days before they let them operate any types of equipment. So, but 18 is where, you know, there's less regulations.
Yeah, good. Well, and that kid saves thousands by not going to college and you know,
So we pay for it. And the thing is, Bartel pays for your tuition. You know, right now they're paying for my tuition for school.
yeah, actually
Also,
my buddy. I think he finished up his bachelor's when he was at Bartel.
who's that?
Eric Johnson.
Yeah, he's been a couple different positions. He's now a mechanical engineer. He just got moved over to engineering from RPG Group. Eric's a good guy.
Yeah,
I like Eric.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I talked to him today.
we've been buddies for like 10, 15 years now.
Yeah. He's got to bring me up in his plane once.
I know. I keep asking. I gotta get up in this plane.
Yeah. It's kind of wild as a pilot.
I know. That's super cool. Well, and you probably know he's in the Air Force for years.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the Air Force. Yep. No, it's exciting. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of truck traffic, you know, in our parking lot, because it's our main parking lot, so. I've already rearranged everyone's parking. You surprised those guys have been there 30 years. You tell them they gotta park somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, you would think I took their paycheck or something. Holy smokes. Crazy. Yeah, yeah. So I moved them off of the side of the building, so it's open there. You thought I would have, like I said, took their paycheck. I was like, literally, you have to move 50 feet to the lower parking lot. It's not that far. It's just right there.
It's out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
It's
it is. It's funny. It's those guys have been there 30 years. So
funny.
parked in the same spot for 30 years.
That says a lot about your retention and
Oh, yeah.
you know, the commitment of your employees. That's great.
It is good. Yeah, we have a lot of long-term employees. I mean, I'm one of them. I've been there almost 14 years. A lot of handful that have been there 15 to 20, some 30. We had a couple guys that retired after 40 years.
That's crazy.
I think we have a couple that are still there that are over 40 years. Lady in accountant, guy in spare parts sales.
And that's a long time. For
Right.
years. Whew.
It's like the only job they've ever had.
Yeah, seriously.
It's the only one Laura's had. Yeah, right out of high school.
It's good stuff.
Crazy.
I worked at Bartell's Summers. I grew up in Lester with Julie Bartell, Bartell's kid,
Okay.
and,
No kidding.
Lester, let me work there summers. They didn't do summer help back then.
Huh.
They had bad experiences, but you can friend up a family, so we'll try, you know, another guy, and I hired on, he mowed lawns, and worked in the machine shop, you know, he was like, of course, he was in college. He offered me a job after college, in fact, to train on the tape machines and stuff, and so that's the outside. I went with my family.
Yeah.
Says anyway, but anyway, it's kind of funny that Jeff Bartel and I worked in the shop and we gave a set of plans to build experimental stranded.
Yep.
It's a real short thing. It was like the utility body on a pickup truck, you know, like the tool, with the side compartment,
Yeah, yeah.
windows along, you know, it looked kind of like that, you know, maybe 10 feet long and 5 feet wide. And we built the whole thing from scratch. We built 2 of them. And the engineers, oh yeah, this is gonna work, and the way they stranded and whatever, you know, so we got them done by the end of summer, and we fired one of them up, didn't work for shit.
It was a fun project,
So they
though.
said, well, you know, it could be just a defect, that's why we built 2.
Yeah.
We fired the other one up, same thing,
Aw.
just a piece of junk. They took the motors off and put them on the forklift and took the junk pile out there.
Yeah.
We spent all summer long trying to.
Oh, we still make those old stranders, the B62s, B63s. Yep, we make some long ones, but we make some
Yeah,
short
this
ones
was a little
too.
short one, it was gonna, you know, do whatever, smaller stuff, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
arms or maybe not even 3 feet, I don't think, totally. I
Okay,
can't remember how many were in there, just been,
interesting.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Built the S. What's that?
Build the S.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the S on the parts on the machine.
Yeah, I mean, so when we acquired, or they acquired Seco back then, and a lot of those older designs are Seco designs too for the stranders. You're talking from like the 40s, 50s, some of these prints that we have. Some of those old Seco designs and prints that we acquired when we bought them. A lot
I
of,
just remember the big longs, I wasn't an assembly, but you know,
Yeah.
they were big long tubes in and 40 feet long or whatever.
yeah, those are big
Boy, when we
stranders.
Test those things, I went to the other end of the building and for the whole building rumbled, you know, and we get those things wound up.
And they spin, they're
Yeah.
1,000 RPMs or better, probably, some of those barrel stranders. Yeah. Some of the stranders we make wire for pacemakers. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep, we go in the medical industry.
Oh, didn't know.
So the pacemaker wire is super fine. I don't even know how these people that string it up can even see the wire. It's less than 1,000. It's so small, so small.
Hmm.
And how they don't break when they're stranding it is beyond me. There's like no pressure when we build these machines. There's no, negative, there's like no pressure on the wire when it runs through all the different pulleys.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was,
Some of the wire stuff we make, it's just a lot. There's a lot of different products in wire.
yeah, yeah.
Margins low though.
I was, Worthington Steel had their 100th anniversary little shindig.
Okay.
This week I just stopped over and, talking about some of the products that they make and some of the super small gauge stuff. I didn't even realize that, they could do, I mean, we're talking like, 0.5 gauge or something like that, or 0.05 gauge that's like, nearly microscopic or something like that. It's just like
Crazy.
the fact that you could do that with steel and it still retains its strength.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But making it right here.
yeah. Worthington. How many people do they have over, 120?
Probably around they're over 100, probably
Yeah,
not.
I'm sure they're over
over
100.
100. Yeah, it's probably about 120, 130, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people, was that strip steel before?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, they got acquired maybe 9-10 years ago, something
Yeah.
like that.
They're all neighborhood friends too.
Yeah,
Inland, yep.
it's pretty cool. I mean, Rome is dynamic though with the manufacturing, even though it's not that big. Like you got Rome strip, Worthington, you have the places over on the base.
Mhm.
So Collins Aerospace, you've got Chris Tech Wire,
Mhm.
another wire producer. I think they have Bartel Machine in there.
Yeah.
Then you have MGS, who's kind of a
Yeah.
competitor of ours a little bit. They make a little bit different product than we do, a little bit smaller. Their double twist stranders are like 1250s are 1800 millimeter. There's 1250 millimeters. So we're not really in that market yet. Probably will get to that at some point.
Then you have Revere, of course.
Then you have Revere,
So,
pretty much established Chrome,
yeah,
and then Varflex is one that is pretty neat, smaller, but pretty neat.
yeah, and Indium has a place out in West Rome.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Without them. Yeah,
It's a growing facility though.
that's right across from Walmart. Right?
Yeah, it's over in that industrial park.
I don't even know what Barflex makes. They make fiber optic.
And they insulated sleeve. Well, it's a patented process, but it's like fiberglass. Sleeving and would go over wire,
Okay,
some of it's fireproof,
interesting.
and they make all different sizes.
Okay.
They have two plants, one by the, Mountain West, one by Walmart.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Actually, Dan Bergdorf works at Bartel. His dad is the president of Barflex.
Oh,
Doug, right? Doug Bergdorf? No, you might think about.
I'm not sure what his dad's name is,
I should.
but he's the president of that.
And also Dan. Sue.
Oh, yeah, I think it is. Might be Dan.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it might actually be Dan also. Yep. Yep.
There is. That's where it's. You see one special thing.
Then you got Raleigh Iron Works too,
Mm-hmm.
down there in South James Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
A friend of mine worked there years ago
the legacy of metals and machinery manufacturing in Rome
in Rome. Yeah,
and beyond, but especially in Rome is
Right?
unbelievable. Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's funny that people don't even know Bartel exists though. Like we're just tucked in that
Yeah.
corner in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? People, when you're driving down Stokes Hill, you're not looking to your left.
Right.
You're looking at the stoplight, you're looking forward there. A lot of times you're looking to the right at the church.
Mhm.
You're not looking over there.
Yeah.
Drive right by Bartel.
Yeah.
We don't have any big signs out there. I mean, we have the Lester on the one building, but it's, kind of blends into
Yeah.
the side of the building, so.
Yeah.
Just drive right by.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously a great employer.
Yeah.
Great business.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, formally, these public hearings have to go at least 15 minutes. We are past that. Again, happy to answer any questions about the project itself or the proposed benefit. But I mean, the three of you pretty much know what the project is. So, but if there's any questions about what the IDA is proposing to do, happy to answer that. Or if you just want to chat about anything else while we're here, then that's totally fine. Want to make it worth your while.
If we're working every day.
All right.
Honestly, but,
Talk about the different wire. Is there any involvement with your agencies as far as how
In Williamstown,
are
no.
you gonna rebuild up there?
I don't know. What I do know is they are leasing space at the old Rome Cable,
I heard that.
the Complex One building that's still up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The one building that's still there, yeah. So they're leasing that and it's the total footprint is 180,000 square feet, but I think the usable area is like 160. So they're using that mostly
Oh,
for
that's pretty big. I didn't know it was
storage.
that big. Wow.
And they've been having over the last week at least a lot of truck traffic there, so they're bringing in a lot of stuff to store there. But as far as what they're doing out in Williamsville, whichever one, Oswego County, I don't know what their plan is.
Well, it's Oswego County.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
off
right
the
right
night.
over from Camden. But I would love for them to buy that building and instead of lease it to give them some permanence and gives us some confidence. But yeah, I mean for the time they're leasing.
Who owns the Rome Cable building then?
So it is an organization called the Rome Community Brownfield Restoration Corporation. It's another nonprofit, but it was created by Chris Destito and some other
Okay.
community, leaders back in the late 90s, early 2000s
Oh, no kidding. Oh, okay.
to specific, I mean, they saw what was happening with Rome Cable and some of the other, facilities around Rome. So they set it up to help with redeveloping and remediating the contamination there. So RCBRC owns that building and where the complex 4 building was, now it's just vacant land. And if both of those parcels can be sold, then we could have one less nonprofit on the books, right? That they're out of business. We'll see if that happens, but yeah, that's the whole purpose of RCBRC, and yeah, so they own those 2 parcels.
Gotcha. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, hopefully they sell, that'd be great.
Mhm.
And tell them to buy Bartel equipment.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go, keep me employed for another, 20 years, that's what I need, or 20 something.
Yeah, I mean, because you have that concrete pad, which is like, I think 80,000 square feet right on the corner of, well, you have, right across the street is Cold Point. So you could put something on that concrete pad. You have to find someone who has the stomach to deal with that. Because right now they're still doing environmental testing. It's been remediated, but there's testing in place for the next, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years, whatever it is.
Yeah,
So you'd
okay.
have to have someone who's comfortable with,
Taking that risk on, in
yeah.
case
Is
they
that
do
only
find
to
something.
disturb the soil, that you, if there are contaminants in the ground?
Well, so really the answer is yes, but we're moving towards a full clean bill of health where the state will assume all liability through a site management plan. So that mitigates the risk to any business, but again, you have to be comfortable with understanding what's included in that agreement.
Yeah, taking on that additional responsibility.
So, yeah, but if we can get those properties sold and into private hands, then,
It's good for the area.
yeah,
The Metro Bonnie's gonna be good for the area.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, I can formally call this public hearing to a close at 5:53. And